guys, Connor here with Chrome Designs, and thank you for watching this video. Today's just a quick Cinema 4D video, and I've been getting a lot of questions kind of running on the lines of my render settings. So some of the kind of projects that I've worked on, I've uploaded to my channel. People have been wondering how I get such good quality, basically rendering in HD, etc, etc. And so today I'm going to be running you through the settings that I use on how to render. I'll be covering both image based like JPEG and movie based such as MOV or AVI. Without further ado, let's get started. Here I have just a quick thing that I just made. I'm using some of Grayscale algorithm.